Online learning has always forced institutions into a hard choice. Programs can be built for cost efficiency and scale, self-paced content, discussion boards, automated exams, but they often feel lonely and passive. The result is low engagement, high dropout rates, and limited insight into how learners are actually thinking. And now, with generative AI, the problem has intensified. Written assignments, discussion posts, and quizzes can be outsourced, making the evidence of real learning weaker or even misleading. On the other hand, online programs can be rich, instructor-led experiences, small cohorts with real discussion, guidance, and feedback. But that model doesn't scale. It requires more staff, more coordination, and much higher cost. Human2Human breaks this trade-off by making structured, active learning viable and affordable across online programs. Learning teams design accessible learning experiences once and run them reliably across cohorts. With Human2Human, active learning no longer requires constant instructor involvement. Instead, the learning process is facilitated by AI and becomes visible, measurable, and improvable, allowing teams to scale meaningful interaction without additional staffing or coordination. It supports both individual reflection and structured peer learning. Imagine an online course or a training program on business strategy. Traditionally, learners would go through the content and then answer a few multiple-choice questions or submit a written reflection. It looks thoughtful, but it's impossible to know who actually did the thinking. With Human2Human Reflect, learning designers create a guided reflection around a real-world business case with a clear learning goal and a rubric focused on reasoning quality. The activity includes a structured flow that helps participants work toward a concrete strategic decision, step by step. It lives directly inside the course, available anytime. Before starting, they can read precise instructions to understand the activity goal, the steps they'll follow, and the rubric that will be used to assess their participation. The experience unfolds as a one-to-one dialogue with an AI facilitator that orchestrates the activity, guides participation step by step, probes reasoning, challenges assumptions, and adapts in real time to each response, keeping the participant focused on active learning. If they are tempted to outsource their thinking to external AI tools, the configurable secure mode adds friction and detection, making copy-paste shortcuts slow, awkward, and impractical. This isn't an essay or a quiz. It's a guided reflection designed to create productive struggle and develop judgment step by step. Once the activity ends, participants receive immediate, rubric-aligned assessment and feedback highlighting strengths, areas to improve, and clear next steps to build mastery. Learners work in a low-risk environment for practice and learning and can repeat the experience multiple times to support improvement. Behind the scenes, educators gain visibility into how cohorts are performing, how learners reason, where they struggle, and which misconceptions are frequent, plus how performance improves over time for those who repeat the activity. Learning becomes active and deep thinking becomes observable and easier to support. Now let's add social learning to the mix with Human2Human Connect. Later in the same course, learners need to test their business judgment against other perspectives and practice the social interaction skills they are trying to master. This time, instructional designers create a small group discussion where participants will compare alternative strategies, challenge each other's reasoning, and work towards deeper understanding of the problem. In this case, the rubric is focused on use of evidence and collaborative reasoning. Each participant selects a time that fits their schedule and can easily reschedule if needed. At the right time, they receive a notification to join the session and are automatically matched with other participants. Learners meet live in a small group to discuss. Everyone has space to speak and engage meaningfully. The AI facilitator runs the activity, balancing participation, keeping the discussion focused, and guiding the group toward the learning goals. It feels like a small, well-run seminar without requiring additional staff. After the session, each participant receives personalized feedback grounded in their contribution and can rate the experience or leave comments on how the discussion helped refine their thinking. As sessions run, instructors see attendance, participation, group dynamics, and performance across cohorts. They can also review transcripts, assessments, and flagged moments to validate quality and intervene when needed. Grades flow automatically into the LMS gradebook. Peer learning becomes reliable, scalable, and measurable. These are just two examples. Teams can design many learning experiences with different facilitation patterns, from case analysis and debate to role play and reflective journaling. Human2Human resolves the core trade-off in online learning by making active learning viable at scale. Delivered inside existing learning platforms, it supports low-risk adoption while producing something most online programs lack today: visible evidence of how learners think, interact, and improve. Built for enterprise adoption, Human2Human is designed with accessibility, data protection, security, and bring-your-own-key support for AI services. Most teams start small, replacing one written assignment with Human2Human Reflect and one discussion forum with Human2Human Connect. If you're ready to make deep thinking and peer learning work at scale, let's explore how Human2Human fits into your programs. Human2Human.ai, powering deep thinking and peer learning at scale.